hydrogen, helium, cobalt, gold, silver, aluminum. All of these are natural elements. Have you ever wondered how are these elements are formed? If you do, this is the day that you will learn about it. Good day, class! I am Sir Otep and welcome back to our e-classroom. And for today's lesson, we are going to talk about nucleosynthesis. The Big Bang Theory postulates that about 14 billion years ago, a hot, dense mass about 1 centimeter in diameter experienced a huge explosion, spread its products as a fast-moving cloud of gas. The event was accompanied by an emission of huge amount of light. Within the first seconds after the explosion, subparticles such as protons, neutrons, and electrons were formed. The Big Bang is believed to have started and formed the universe. The existence of all matter began with the birth of the universe. Nucleosynthesis is the formation of elements. Nucleosynthesis is the process of creating new nuclei from pre-existing nucleon. Nucleosynthesis is divided into three, namely, the Big Bang nucleosynthesis, the stellar nucleosynthesis, and the supernova nucleosynthesis. Big Bang nucleosynthesis happened right after the Big Bang. It was accompanied by the cooling and expansion of the universe. It is during this time that our first elements were formed, and these elements are our lightest elements. And the elements that were formed during the Big Bang nucleosynthesis are the following: hydrogen, helium, and other trace of lithium. The universe at that time has a K ratio of 75% hydrogen and 25% helium, and this K ratio still exists today. It is important to take note that the formation of hydrogen and helium only took place during the Big Bang nucleosynthesis, meaning it no longer takes place in the large event of the universe. Stellar nucleosynthesis happened during the continuous expansion of the universe. A cloud of hydrogen and helium gases condensed to form stars. Over billions of years, these stars became hotter and denser. Nuclear reactions happened and formed elements that are heavier than lithium but not heavier than iron. Stellar nucleosynthesis happened at the center of a star through the process called fusion. This process requires extreme pressure and temperature. If the star uses its fuel, the hydrogen and helium, it will only collapse and fuse to form until iron. That is why stellar nucleosynthesis will only form elements heavier than lithium but not heavier than iron. Supernova nucleosynthesis happened when a red giant star exhausted all its nuclear fuels. Its core started to collapse and led to an explosion of the star called supernova. This explosion released a huge amount of nuclear energy and formed elements that are heavier than iron. There are two key characteristics for a star to undergo supernova nucleosynthesis. One, it must have extremely hot temperatures, example, 100 billion degrees Celsius. And two, it must have abundant amount of neutrons. And that's it all about nucleosynthesis, the formation of our elements. You should always remember that hydrogen, helium, and lithium, the lightest elements, were all formed only during the Big Bang nucleosynthesis. And other elements heavier than lithium but not heavier than iron were all formed during the stellar nucleosynthesis, and it happened at the center of a star. And all other natural elements heavier than iron were all formed during supernova nucleosynthesis, or an explosion of a star. Again, this is Sir Otep, and I hope you learned today. See you on our next E-class. Good day and stay safe.